In this video, we are going to solve examples given before the exercise number 4.2. We will understand the topic in detail. Hello students, welcome to my channel Akshar. So without wasting our time, let's start our today's topic, which is solution of quadratic equation. Okay, so solution of quadratic equation. What does it mean by solution? Solution means we have to find out the roots. Like earlier we have given only the quadratic equation. We was having ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. I was having only this quadratic equation, right? But I don't know that for which value of x this equation will become equal to 0. So I have to find out that value of x for which this equation becomes equals to 0, means left hand side becomes equals to right hand side, means I have to solve this equation, solve this quadratic equation so that my result is equals to 0. I have to find out that value of x. So to find out that value of x, there are three methods. The very first method is known as by factorization. Second method is known as by completing the square. Third method is known as by quadratic equation, by completing the square, and the third method is by quadratic formula. Okay, so there are these three methods. In this video we will understand about by the factorization method only, and I will create two more videos for these two methods, by completing the square and by quadratic formula. Suppose I am having, for example, I am having a quadratic equation which is 2x square minus 3x plus 1 is equals to 0. So I have to find out the value of x. So let us suppose, for understanding first, let us suppose that x is equals to 1, right? So if I will put x is equals to 1, 2 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 1, what will come here? 2 into 1 will be 2 minus 3 plus 1. The result will be equal to 2 plus 1 is equals to 3, and 3 minus 3 is equals to 0, which is equals to right hand side, means which is equals to my 0 value, right? So what I will say now, that 1 is the root of my quadratic equation. Okay, or I can say that 1 is the 0 of my quadratic polynomial. Okay, so because 1 is satisfying both left hand side and right hand side, so that's why I will say that 1 is my root of quadratic equation and 1 is the 0 of my quadratic polynomial, right? So remember that if I am talking about root, then it will be related to equation, and if I am talking about 0, then it will be for quadratic polynomial. Okay, that was for any particular quadratic equation. But if I talk about in general, ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, any general quadratic equation, so I will imagine that, let us suppose that alpha is the 0 of quadratic equation, means the similar way that alpha will satisfy my this equation, means when I will put alpha in place of x, then left hand side will become equals to 0, or alpha is the root of my quadratic equation, or alpha is the 0 of my quadratic polynomial. Okay, or what we can say, that I am telling you that what we can say other than that, that alpha satisfy my equation, satisfies the quadratic equation. What does mean by satisfying? Satisfying means it will make both left hand side and right hand side equal to each other, right? Left hand side and right hand side becomes equals to each other. Okay, next. Okay, so you have understood in your previous term exam in chapter number 2 that any quadratic polynomial can have maximum of how many zeros, because if I am talking about quadratic polynomial, then there will be 0. Then any quadratic polynomial can have
maximum of two zeros, right? So similarly, if I talk about quadratic equation, so any quadratic equation can have how many number of roots? Can have maximum of two roots. Okay, maximum of two roots, right? So let us start by finding the roots of the quadratic equation. Our aim is to find the solution means we have to find out the roots, means we have to find out those values of x. Roots are what? Roots are simply the values of x. We have to find out those values of x for which left hand side will become equal to right hand side, right? So there are different methods to find out these values of x, or I can say to find out roots of x. The very first method is known as by factorization. Okay, and you have earlier learned also that what does factorization means? Factorization means we have to split our middle term, right? Splitting the middle term. Okay, so splitting the middle term means that we are using the factorization method. Okay, so let us suppose any example number 3, which is given in your NCERT book, which is that find the roots of quadratic equation. Find the roots of the quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is given to you and you have to find out the roots. Means what? Roots is nothing. Roots is similar to simply the term that you have to find out the value of the x for which left hand side will become equal to right hand side. By which method? By using which method? By using factorization method. Okay, and factorization method means you have to split your middle term. Okay, and splitting your middle term, how you split your middle term? 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0. How we will split our middle term? We have to choose two values such that their product is equals to product of these two values, means 2 into 3. Means my two values should be like that their product is equals to plus 6 and their addition will give me the result of minus 5, right? So what can be these two values? Minus 3 and minus 2, because if I will multiply these two values then I will get the result as plus 6. Minus and minus will become plus, and if I will do addition of these two values then I will get minus 5. So I will write down these two values here, minus 2x in place of minus 5x. Minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 equals to 0. Now my next term is, my step 1 is this one, that I have to do splitting of the middle term. Now step 2 is what? I have to take out the common. Common will be what? 2x will become common in these two terms. Inside the bracket it will be x minus 1. Now minus 3x minus 3 will be, minus 3 will come out to be common, and inside it x from this term, minus 3 is already taken out common, x minus 1 is equals to 0. Next step 3, right? So what will be my step 3? That now from these two terms what is coming as common? X minus 1 will be common. X minus 1 into 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Okay, now if two terms are equals to 0, if the product of any two terms is equal to 0, that means either this term is equals to 0 or this term is equals to 0. So what I will do? I will equate both the terms one by one equal to 0. X minus 1 equals to 0 and 2x minus 3 equals to 0. So what will come here? X will be equal to 1 or 2x is equals to 3. So that means x is equals to 3 by 2. So these can be the two values or two roots which are going to satisfy my given quadratic equation. I have find out these two values by using the factorization method, and in the factorization method always remember that you have to follow 2-3 steps. That first you have to split your middle term, then after splitting the middle term you will take out the common, then after taking out common you will again take out the common among these two values, and then you will equate the values equals to 0 and you will get the factors. Okay, Okay, so moving to the next question, number 4. Find the roots of the quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2 is equals to 0. So we have to solve this equation also by using the factorization method. Means we have to split our middle term, right? So how we are going to split our middle term? So I have to take two values such that their product is equals to minus 12 and their addition and subtraction gives me the value of minus x, right? So if I am going to use these two values, minus 4x plus 3x, so what I will get? 6x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so I am rewriting this equation 6x square plus 3x minus 4x minus 2 is equals to 0. I will take common 3x from here. 3x into 2x plus 1 minus 2 into 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. So again I will take common from these two values. 2x plus 1 will be common and inside that it will be 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. So if the product of any two values is equals to 0, then either this value is equal to 0 or this value is equals to 0. So that means either 3x minus 2 is equals to 0 or 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. That means 3x is equals to 2. That means x is equals to 2 by 3 or x is equals to minus 1 by 2. So these two values are known as the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so next, coming to the example number 5. Find the roots of the quadratic equation 3x square minus 2 root 6 plus 2 is equals to 0. So again, how you will find out the roots of this quadratic equation? You have to factorize the equation by splitting the middle term. Okay, always choose the factors of the quadratic equation which is having roots in the middle term very wisely, because generally students make mistake while doing these type of calculations. Okay, so in this calculation what I have to do, I have to choose two factors such that by multiplying them I will get the value as plus 6, and by doing addition or subtraction I will get the value minus 2 root 6x. So what I am taking, I will take minus root 6 and minus root 6x. Okay, 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 is equals to 0. So now I have to do factorization of them. Root 3 into root 3x, I can write 3 as root 3 into root 3, and root 6x root 3 into root 2, and again root 6 as root 3 into root 2, and this 2 as root 2 into root 2. Okay, then I will take common among them is root 3x, which will give me root 3x minus root 2, and from these two terms what will come common? Root 2x. Root 2 will come common, and inside that root 3x minus root 2 is equals to 0. Then root 3x will be here. Root 3x minus 2 minus root 3 into root 3 minus root 2 is equals to 0. Then I will take common this value is coming in both the values, root 3x minus root 2, then this will be root 3x minus root 2 is equals to 0. So what will be here? Root 3x minus root 2 is equals to 0. Root 3x is equals to root 2, that means x is equals to root 2 by root 3. So these will become my two values, two roots of the given quadratic equation, right? So moving to the last question, last example, find the dimension of the prayer hall given in the section 4.1. And in the section 4.1, which is given in your NCERT book, if the breadth is equal to x meter, then the quadratic equation which is satisfying becomes 2x square plus x minus 300 is equals to 0. So we have to find out dimensions. That means we have to find out the roots, right? So again it is the same exam question that we have to split our middle term. So how we are going to split our middle term? That the values should be, resultant should be, multiplying should be minus 600, and if I am going to do addition, then the result should be equal to plus 1 only. So the two terms can be 25 and 24. So choosing their sign, that 25 is plus and 24 is minus. Why? Because the result should be positive. So 2x square plus 25x minus 24x minus 300 is equals to 0. So that means if I rewrite this equation so that I can take out the common, 12 plus 25x minus 300 is equals to 0. So this implies 2x into x minus 12 is plus 25 into x minus 12 is equals to 0. So from this equation again I am taking common as x minus 12. So remaining will be 2x plus 25 is equals to 0. So either x minus 12 is equals to 0 or 2x plus 25 is equals to 0. So x is equals to 12 or either x is equals to minus 25 by 2. So you know that we have to find out the dimensions of the player hall. Means it is some area, right? It is any hall. So the dimension can never be a negative value. So our resultant value will be equal to x will be equal to 12, right? So if x is equals to 12, so we are getting our result as breadth. So what will be the breadth is equals to 12 meter, and so I have to find out the length also. So breadth is equals to 12 meter. If breadth is equals to 12 meter, then according to the equation in section 4.1, length is equals to 2x plus 1, which is equals to 2 into 12 plus 1, which is equals to 25 meter. So we have to find out the dimensions of the hole, which length will be equal to 25 meter and breadth will be equal to 12 meter. Okay, understood? So this is the way which we have to solve these, find out the roots of the quadratic equation by using the factorization method, right? So I will create more videos for solving the quadratic equations by using the other two methods. So please see my further two videos. I will put the link of my previous videos in this video, in which I have solved the exercise 4.1, examples of 4.1, and I have tried to explain the quadratic equation in a very simple method in my very first video. So please see my those videos also, and see my for seeing my further videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel so that you are able to see my further videos. Thank you.